What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today I'm going to be bringing you my full review of the Buck 110 Plus. This one here is a USA made knife that you can get for under $28. It has a 3.75 inch 420 HC blade. It has 4.875 inch nylon handles, an overall length of 8.625 inches, and a claimed weight of 2.8 ounces. Let's go ahead and check that weight really quick. And while I'm checking that weight, well, actually, I'm ready to check that weight. 3 ounces, they claim 2.8. And again, anything can cause that variance. Let's go ahead really quickly, run through the comparison knives, and then we'll talk about this knife. First up, the Spyderco Yojimbo 2. This is the DLT trading exclusive with the 20CV blade. Next, we're going to bring out the Spyderco Shaman. As you can see here, a little bit longer, but the carry presence of this knife is very slender. That's one of the things that I do like about this. That slender profile, it doesn't take up a lot of pocket space for such a long knife. Really awesome. Next up, we're going to bring out the Benchmade Bug Out. This one here is the base model version, and I have Flatanium scales on it. So if you're wondering where those scales came from, head on over to flatanium.com. I anodized those myself, and I have an anodized video out there if you're curious how to do that. Super duper easy, and I think the walkthrough I did is pretty good if I say so myself. Next up, we're going to bring out the other from around the world budget knife that I did as part of this initial series, and I'm going to continue doing that. This is the Case Kinzua. This one here has the S35 VN blade steel with the aluminum handles. Again, the Buck is just bigger than all of these, and because this is part of my budget comparison, I don't have a knife that I use regularly that it would compare to, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring out the Royal from Kubi, and you can just see this under 3-inch knife is just much smaller, but good carry presence representation there. You can get an idea just how thin this is. All right, so one of the reasons that I picked this knife up is because I'm trying to do different knives from different countries to see what kind of quality we can get for our money from other countries. It seems like the Chinese knives are just dominating the marketplace, and I just wanted to challenge myself to see what I could offer for diversity for different manufacturers that are made in different countries of origins, just to see what else I could find that was out there. And I wanted to start with something in the USA that is very competitive with the Amazon knives that you see a lot around on Amazon. Affordable budget knives on Amazon for under 30 bucks. You can find them a dime a dozen all day, every day. This knife is under $28, giving you a hollow grind 420 HC blade that is really well done, FRN handles that are chamfered down on the edges for really nice ergonomics, a very strong lockback mechanism, and it does give you, while it is a in-your-face design, it does give you a reversible deep carry pocket clip, so it gets that knife down in there really low. So again, if you're just looking for a cheap budget knife under $30, you can't go wrong with a Buck. They've been making these knives forever, and they're making them in the US for that price point. Super impressive. It came centered, has remained centered. It does have a steel liner that goes all the way up to the lock bar. It is a two-handed operating knife. You're not going to be able to deploy this no matter how hard you try. You're not going to get that out. I almost just slipped into the blade just then trying to do it. It is a slow roll knife, but it is going to cut whatever you need. This is absolutely going to get into your Amazon box. This is going to open your mail. This is going to cut your string, your zip tie, your hose, whatever it is that you're working on, rubber hoses. This is going to do that job, and it's going to do it well. Mine had a little bit of a working edge when I got it. I did strop it up, and it stropped right up really nice. I'm running out of paper out here, but when I tested it inside, it was really kind of going through the paper really well. This is damp paper, so I'm not giving a really good example. Let's try again. So it is really sliced, but this is like receipt paper, so I haven't done anything to put an edge on it. So again, that is just showing you resistance against the edge, which it really doesn't have much of any because it is a thin blade. It is a hollow grind. Really comfortable in hand. There's nothing to talk about with action here. This is just really smooth opening and closing for a lockback knife. Oddly satisfying to slow roll it open. Other options out there, if you're looking at a budget knife for under $28, this is a made in the USA model that has extremely well done finishes for the price. It is lifetime warranted by Buck. Just send it to them, let them repair or replace it. This, again, is the bare bones, bare minimum cutting device. If you're looking at this video, you probably aren't even into knife collecting potentially, but if you are one of my regular viewers and you are, I always recommend having a Buck in the inventory. I'm pleasantly surprised by the build quality. It's kind of opened my eyes to Buck. I know a lot of people out there laugh at a Buck as a knife collector, but I don't think that Buck is out there trying to be that type of knife. They're not trying to be a Sabenza. They're not trying to be a Hinderer. They're trying to appeal to the sportsmen that go out there that want a quality knife that's made in the U.S., and that is exactly what this is. And I think it's nice if you're from the States to be able to buy something that supports local, right? And if you're from somewhere else in another country, if there's manufacturers that are making a knife, I would say the same applies to you. Pride of ownership. Try to support those manufacturers, because if you do, the possibility of them creating something a little bit more high-end, a little bit more desirable, a little bit more fidgety are going to be a little bit higher, because they're going to see that they're supported and that people out there like us that are collectors are buying their product. They're going to continue to meet our needs and they're going to listen to us. I think the Buck 110 is a prime example of that, because I think the 112, was it? Whichever one, and I don't know my Buck history, and somebody out there can correct me in the comments, it's fine. But the knife was very heavy and blocky, and Buck listened to their customers and smoothed it down, lightened it up. And again, it just goes to show, if you're spending money on the product and you like the product, you like the aesthetics, or you want to support them, the fact that they listened and did something different to appease their consumers should be something you take notice of, because not every manufacturer does that. Again, under $30, this is, I can't knock much on this. It is very well made, and I'm not saying that just because it's under $30. It's just you're getting nice steel that has a hollow ground, which is hard to do. You're getting a good working edge. You're getting a very strong lock system, and this is just the most basic of cutting tools that you can get, but the ergonomics on it are really quite good. And again, I'm doing this for those out there that are looking to spend less than $30, but if you're a collector, truck knife, car knife, bug out bag knife, something that you just want to throw and leave. I mean, I'm out here in my garage. This very well could be something that I happen to have this as my budget comparison channel knife, but I could definitely see throwing this in the car and leaving it, or throwing this in the toolbox and leaving it, and knowing that it's going to work and I'm not going to have to worry about it getting dirty or anything like that. So overall, I highly recommend this knife. Like, seriously, USA made for under $30 and quality with a warranty, absolutely all day, every day I can recommend this knife. If you just want something to throw in the car, or if you're just looking at a primary pocket knife and you have a very tiny budget, this is definitely something you should look at. I know it's very appealing to get something that's fidgety, but I'm going to tell you, those ceramic bearing knives that you're probably looking at are not going to hold up as well if you are actually hunting and fishing and doing things out in the wild, where you're going to subject this to more debris and dirt and dust. This is actually going to perform flawlessly, consistently, regardless of what it is that you're doing with it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, do me a favor, leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed, and if you are, thank you. I appreciate the support sincerely. Be on the lookout for my next giveaway. Should be coming up here soon shortly. I think we're close to ending April, so this will be a giveaway that I actually set aside to do for May as well. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.